Today is day 252 in our journey through the Word, and it is September the 9th. Happy birthday to my wife. Today is her birthday, and just what a special blessing she is to me. What a strong supporter of me and what I do, and really got me on this journey this year through the Word, and I appreciate her faithfulness and witness to me and to others. In today's reading we came across the point in the very beginning of the reading in Ezra 2 where the exiles are coming back, and again we've dealt with a list of families and numbers before, and just a reminder that the reason this is in here shows that everyone is important to God. Everyone. There's a history, and every person in that history is important to God. And let us not forget that, because we are just a passing shadow in time. Yet there's a point where we are also being recorded for those in the future where they can look back and say, there was a Mark Thomas. Yes, he was real. Yes, he was one of God's children. But I found it sad today in our reading today as we got into let's see, it was verse, see if I can read the verse number, 59. And it says, another group returned at this same time, and they could not prove that they or their families were descendants of Israel. They could not prove that. They had to provide some kind of proof that they were children or descendants of Israel. We don't have to do that today, but I had to question, could others tell that I am part of the family, that I am a Christian? How would they know? How could they tell? Do I live of the world, or do I live in the world? Do I live different than those that do not know Christ? Am I different? Is there something different about me? Is there something different about you? If you had to prove, if you had to come forth, would there be anybody that would say, there's something different about this person? Now again, God only knows our hearts. God only knows our hearts. So there can be good people who don't know the Lord, and that are lost. We know that. But there's a song I remember from old times of they will know we are Christians by our love. They will know we are Christians by our love. Will God, is there something that's changed so different in me that others will know that I'm a Christian? Words to think about, words to ponder today as we go through the day, as we begin on Friday to enter into a weekend, to ask God, is there something different? God, make others see Jesus in me. Let me be a light that shines brightly for you. The other piece in today's reading was out of Ezra 4, verses 1 through 5. And it just reminded me that the enemy does not want us to rebuild our relationships with God. The enemy doesn't want us to succeed in the name of the Lord. They fight against us They want to. They discourage us. They frighten us. They work against us. They want to frustrate our plans. They want us to become frustrated. But I'm reminded we all stumble and fall. And sometimes we feel that we have moved so far away from God, so far away from God, that the journey back is too far and too difficult. That's the enemy who wants us to believe that, wants us to be discouraged. But in a devotional reading that I read yesterday, I was reminded it doesn't matter how far we go as God's children. We may look back and say, there's 1,000 steps between me and God. All God asks us to do is turn and make that first step. He's willing to make the other 999 steps. And really what we find out at that point, He's been with us all along. The cavern is not as wide as we thought it was, because He walks beside us every single day. It's just the lies and the deception that we have from our enemy to discourage us, to frighten us. God won't want me back. Yes, He does. Don't get discouraged. Don't become frightened. When others go to work against God's plan, be faithful to God. And don't let them frustrate you. And don't let them frustrate me. God's words of hope to us today is every time He has sent a messenger, the message is, do not be afraid. God is with us. Again, if we have to make that step back, if we've wandered from God, we just have to make the one step. He's there. He is there. Words of encouragement I hope for you today. And again, happy birthday to my dear sweet wife. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you again Monday as we continue our journey through the Word.